Buttons. All right. Well, all right. Good morning
everybody.
out there. Oh, I guess I can. I have another. Oh, how many phones I got set up around here to see? Woohoo! It'll be like a phone store eventually. We got YouTube, Facebook, podcast, clock timer.
At least he can't text anymore. He used to try to text.
Well, I had to yesterday. That's part of my whole thing. So let me start off.
You can just try.
Let me just start off by saying,
doesn't work,
I know it doesn't. But I want to start off by saying, please, I am sorry, forgive me. Yesterday I sat here like this. I was like a lump.
You look like a zombie.
I looked like thank you, Caleb, for that encouragement, son. I looked like a zombie. And I did, because yesterday, one of those few times where, again, those that know me and stuff know, I mean, I'm not the most organized soul on the planet, but I do know where my stuff is. I do know where, and I'm the guy that I have piles, but I know what's in that pile. And so when they say, where's such and such, I know where it is in the pile. I can stick my hand in the pile and get a hold of it.
It pains me.
It does pain her. Now, again, some of that is character flaws that I'm continually working on with the Lord, and some of it is just my personality. It's just the way I like to live, I guess, or whatever you want to call that. But anyway.
The way you choose to do stuff.
The way I choose to do stuff, that's true. But anyway, but when it happens that way in my brain. And so I got up yesterday morning, had a thought I wanted to share with all of you guys yesterday.
It was so good.
And there was a bunch of stuff that happened, and my train got derailed, and I told Selena, I said, I felt like a football player. I was running for the end zone. I got hit by a couple of guys, and I fumbled the football right before I made it into the end zone. And when that happens, it just messes me up. Like, I don't know why I'm like that. It's
Y'all, he was not very useful.
I was not very useful at all. I was like
okay, I'll keep talking. Okay, I'll keep talking. Okay, we're wrapping this up.
Yeah, so I was, so anyway, number one, I apologize that y'all had to put up with my funkiness yesterday.
Hey, you still have a pretty face. You sat here.
Oh, well, she is so very kind. She is so very kind. And mercy, yes, lots of mercy, Caleb's says.
Chiming in from the back over here.
So anyway, but I got it. It came back this morning.
10 minutes ago, y'all. We were sitting, having our coffee together before we came on, and we were talking. And I was like, well, we need to make sure this word here, we explain it well. And all of a sudden he goes, oh my goodness. I'm like, oh my word, what in the world?
I got the ball back.
Thank you. I got the ball back. Let's go. Go get everything set up. Let's go. I was like, whoo. Yes, let's do that.
So anyway, there's a verse. I'll share the ball that I dropped yesterday that was out there. Man. So
welcome back.
It's one of my favorite stories. Thank you. One of my favorite stories. And it goes along with creating. Because when we talk about creating a family vision or even creating vision, Selena and I especially, we don't want this to be churchified.
No, guys.
We don't want this to be just a churchy thing. Because we hear that a lot. And not that we shouldn't. We should. We hear that a lot now in church circles as the church has adopted some great business, if you will, principles or practices. Right. And there should be vision. But now, it's what's your vision, what's your vision, what's your vision, what's your vision, vision. And it's good, but I want to make sure that it has the right heart. Because even like yesterday, how do I know something is a vision or my vision? That is when you do it anyway. When you show up, and even though you're a lump and you're sitting there and you're wrestling with yourself and you're wrestling with your feeling like a failure, feeling out of sorts, you get up and go, I'm going to do it anyway. Mm-hmm. Now you may have to and we're going to talk about this, you may have to reshift and reboot, and we're going to talk about a shift we're going to start next week with all of you guys. But you just don't stop. You may laterally shift, you may tweak, you may...
Mm-hmm. You should.
You should, and you do it to keep going.
Yeah.
And you do it to make it better, and you do it to serve people better, and you do it. But the thing is how do I know something is a true, if you will, vision? And not so much a true vision of the Lord, but a true vision from you, right? Mm-hmm. Is that you do it. You actually, there's a stick-to-itiveness in what you're doing. There is I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up.
I'll give you a little example, just real quick. there's a lot of families that choose to homeschool for a season. Some of them choose to homeschool for various reasons for just a short time. Some of them are trying it out. Some of them, they try it and it didn't work. But then when the kids are older, they come and try it again because they see that maybe at this point it should work, and it does, and whatever. So there's a lot of families that'll have like a little here and there, and that thought never quite leaves them. Okay. Now for us, because of what we saw before we had kids, we just basically made the determination, we're going to do this from zero
from can to king.
Yes, until they graduate. That was just a determination we had when we first started, but we had time to think about it before we started having kiddos. And so then after, so when people come to me and they say, well, are you going to homeschool all the way through high school? Because high school for a lot of homeschooling families can be the scariest part, right? You're like, well, I can do the little stuff, but algebra and chemistry and biology, So you finally get to that stage, and a lot of people are like, you're going to do that all the way through high school? I get that asked quite a bit. And like, oh yeah, but it's not a big deal for me to answer, oh yeah, because for years we've known that. It's just going to happen. And yesterday, one of our friends asked me, Tony asked me at church, and how's Selena doing? Because I love that, because usually we're the ones asking everybody, and how are you? How was your week? And I said, Tony, I'm in my happy place. My high schooler is at home. She's now not working so that she can wrap up her high school credits. And I've got all my kids under one roof, and we're all homeschooling. And I mean, it's just my happy place. Guys, that's what I'm talking about. That's a vision.
Right. That's a vision.
That through thick and thin,
no matter what,
through weirdness, like do I remember how to do chemistry? I almost flunked. I actually did flunk chemistry. I had to come back and redo it. Secrets are out there for the world.
That's all. It's chemistry.
Yeah, it's right, exactly. And so, guys, it's just like that stuck, and it has grown. Has become more beautiful, has become deeper. I've become more relaxed in the way I do it because I know where we're heading. Yeah. I've been doing it now for a long time, and I love it and I enjoy it, and I'm still tweaking, and I'm still, because everybody's changing, everybody's growing, everybody, including me, right? So that's just an example for people.
Well, say what you're saying is how do I know something is a true vision? Like, I mean, and again, please hear me. God is involved in everything we do. So I'm not saying a vision apart from God.
Right.
But when we sit there and say it's a true vision,
right,
that's me. And I guess that's what I say. It's a true thing.
Yeah.
Is when you go, I will not stop. I will not quit.
Yeah.
I will not end it. I will not.
Right.
We will find a way.
Right.
If we're just. We had a brother in the church in Canada, an Iranian brother, Mohammed. I don't know if you ever watches. I miss Mohammed. But Mohammed used to say in a very thick Persian accent, he would say, I just stop poking it with a stick and jump in. You know what I mean?
I loved it. No nonsense, man.
He would have all these translated Farsi phrases that he would bring over into English, and they were just so funny. But I just quit poking it with a stick and jump in.
Yes,
I love it. And I think for so many people, they're just poking things. But the reason why those things don't ever work, quote unquote, why they don't ever have success, is because they were just poking it. They never actually took the meditative time to let the vision become actually their vision.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And they just were poking it. They were just, I'm just going to play with this. It didn't work.
Right.
Hey, there's an old name and face.
Hey,
Miss Chantel, good to see you.
She's not old.
Why not? Well,
I love you, Chantel. I'm
old.
Sticking up for you.
Yes, not that kind of.
Just kidding. Us women, us women.
I poked a bear. I didn't mean to. Talking about poking stuff. And so, so anyway,
good to see you.
It's good to see you, Chantel. Tell Sean I said hello.
We are old
tell him all that stuff.
We are old
friends. Very much.
That's how you
tell him all that stuff. He taught me doing construction stuff. I say thank you very much.
Thank you.
I've been putting a lot of Sean Varag stuff in place for the last 7 years in our little handyman business. Yes. So please tell Sean thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry I derailed you.
And anyway, so here's the thought that came. I don't know if you could hear the trumpet sound. That was not the trumpet of the Lord. That was the schnoz of my eldest son.
Blowing his nose.
You
You're
just
blowing
walked by
your
and
nose.
everyone heard you blow your nose.
You're welcome. He's sorry.
He's sorry.
I'm
He's a little
sorry.
red over there.
Oh, Sean
So
said now he's a bear. Too funny, you guys.
So here's the thought that came. So there's one of my favorite stories in the book of Acts. It's found in Acts chapter 11. It says that the gospel had gone to a city called Antioch, and they received the Lord, and then word of that came back to Jerusalem, and they heard, the disciples, the apostles heard that the gospel had been preached in Antioch. And so they sent Barnabas, who was called the son of encouragement. They sent him to verify. And I love that about the early church. They just didn't take it for granted.
Right, yeah.
They didn't take it, oh, such and such place has had a revival and received the Lord. They always sent people to verify and to follow up. And so they sent Barnabas to verify and follow up. He goes there, he meets the people, he sees that they genuinely had received salvation and had been transformed. And then he said,
Visible, guys. It's visible.
It's visible,
Yes.
absolutely. And so he then shares a word, and I've always been intrigued with this because, here is a fellow apostle, if you will, from the original apostles, Barnabas. It's a new group of converts, new city, new territory for the kingdom. He could have said anything.
Right, yeah.
Right, he could have said all kinds of stuff. But what was recorded that he said under the inspiration of the Spirit is he told them, he said...
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
This is the thought.
This is the ball I dropped
That
yesterday.
dropped
This is the ball I
yesterday.
dropped yesterday.
Yep.
So he said to them that with purpose of heart, they should serve the Lord.
Right.
Or they should, one translation is they should continue or walk with, live with the Lord. But that word purpose of heart is interesting. It literally means, in the Greek language, it's a word that means an advanced, deliberate, premeditated plan. And so here is this apostle telling these brand new believers who are new in their, and again, think they're new in their family lines, most likely first Christians in that city in history, first Christians in their family.
Talk about first generation Christians.
These are first generation Christians. And
Yeah.
he says, hey, listen, to continue with the Lord, it's going to take an advanced, deliberate, premeditated plan of what you're going to do with your life. Guys, that's the best word I've heard of for vision.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
That's a non-churchified, non-churchy.
For you and your family.
Because now then that whole serving of the Lord, it could include ministry if that's what you feel inspired by the Lord to do. But it can include anything. What you do with your marriage, what you do with your children, what you do with your career and your work.
What you do with your grown children and your grandchildren, and what you do with the nephews and nieces that may be being brought up differently, but they love you and you can spend time with them. And this is what we're talking about. How cool is it that you can make a plan even when your kids are grown and gone?
That's right.
That they're not gone.
That's right.
They're still part of you. You can have that. You can craft that deliberate plan for what you want it to look like, and then you communicate that to everybody.
So again, it's that creation of an advanced, deliberate, premeditated plan. I'm going to serve the Lord in this way.
Yes.
Right. And again, please, it's a process of discovery. It's a process of determination.
Yeah.
It's a process of commitment. And but when you do that, that's that plan that you will stick with. When you go through that wrestle, that's that plan that's going to hold.
Yeah.
Right. That no matter come. And again, it's like what we're doing here with you guys. That is, we've been meditating on this. We've been thinking about doing things like what we're doing here with the lives and YouTube and content creation and sharing all the stuff that the Lord has shown us over these years of pastoral ministry and missions and all this kind of stuff. That's our plan. And so when you drop the ball, like I did yesterday, when I let life knock the revelation thought out of my head.
And you sat here.
Yes, I sat here like a lump. Yeah, bubba, like the Overboard movie, bubba. I sat here like that yesterday. You show up anyway.
Yeah, you do.
You show up anyway.
Yes.
You do it anyway, and that's how we know. How do I know that this is a vision that will craft my life? It's how far am I? Okay, I'm in, and this is what we're doing.
Yes.
So anyway, so that's the thought. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts along that line. So please, in the comments, wherever, YouTube, Facebook, write them out. And so with this, we're going to talk about something that we missed last week. We typically try to do it on the first Friday in Wheel. So as we continue to...
First Friday of the month.
First Friday of the month, we want to talk about and give you an opportunity to give and support what we're doing here through the Facebook Lives and the YouTube. That's just what we felt like the Lord nudged us to do and gave us the green light to do, because the scripture does say, as people share spiritual things with you, it is a good thing to return that with material things, to invest into it. So we'd like to ask you, if you would, to consider an offering, a gift. Selena will put in the comments of both YouTube and Facebook how you can do that, how you can give and support us. You can give to our church here, and that'll get to helping make the programs. You can give to us personally, directly, if a tax receipt doesn't matter, through Venmo and PayPal, those kind of ways. She does all those kind of things. Venmo, Pace Cash, Boost Poopa, whatever it is. Those ways you give that she knows how to do. So she'll put all in there, and we thank you. We know there's a number of you that have done that and given, and we say thank you.
It is helping us be able to focus on this, which is so our happy spot. It is one of our sweet spots, so honestly.
And we've heard that from a number of you that don't know one another, that have encouraged us and said, it seems like you guys have really found a sweet spot, and we feel the same way.
Yes, we do. We love it.
Because the Lord has nudged us in this direction. So we want to thank y'all. We want to thank everyone, whether you give or not. I want to thank every one of you that shows up and watches and comments and likes and follows and shares. Thank you. That is the greatest gift that you give. And stuff. So with that, that's what we'll say on the monetary side. If you'd like to help support us so we can be able to continue to do this, she'll let you know how to do that in the comments. And then what we're going to do as well, because we had a great thought from Miss Vivian, who is one of our very daily watchers, that we need to probably take a day a week, because we've got just to celebrate too, our church family is growing here. God is blessing us not only with more families and people to love. The biggest blessing is we're seeing everyone who has been coming, we're seeing them engage with Father more, step more into their purposes and plans. And so just so cool to see people just engage deeper into God. And all these, not saying, I mean, some of them are truly coming alive for maybe the first time. Most of them are like all of us, very seasoned believers. But it's just whether we're a new believer or you're long in the tooth like Selena and I are, because we've been in this most of our lives.
So glad you didn't say old.
I know. I was almost said that, but I could feel it. I didn't want to poke the bear. And so anyway, just awesome to see people just go deeper and deeper in God.
There's a wealth of something God is doing.
Absolutely.
And it's so beautiful to experience. So
So you helping support us do this is part of all of this as well. So, but with the church growing, with you guys and our online audience growing, with other things growing, we're finding our calendar filling up more and more. But with that, like Miss Vivian said, we realized that we need time to creativity comes from space, time to meditate and think, and to almost like exercise, to recover that creative muscle for it to recover. So starting next week, what we're going to do is we'll do the lives Monday through Thursday
at 7:30 a.m.
At 7:30 a.m.
Central Standard Time.
And then we'll take Fridays as a day for us to be meditative and get ready for the weekend and church and other church duties. So starting next week, there'll be no lives or YouTubes like we're doing them here. Now you'll see surprise stuff happen. So what we will do is we will sometime in the day, Friday, we'll do a fun, like we'll make it like Friday Fun Day. So look out for the lives or the YouTubes for some stuff we'll do Friday, and maybe even if we don't do it on Friday, we do family stuff on Saturday. We may bring y'all into some of our fishing and hiking and outdoor activities. So we're going to be creative that way, and it won't be so much like what you see here, this
In the morning
format,
times with-
but it'll be a little bit different. But we are going to follow Miss Vivian's wonderful advice
Yes.
and create a day
Yes.
to give ourselves some meditative space, and that's for you guys to keep keep that creative juices flowing by the Spirit for you all. So anyway, so we're right at the 20-minute mark, so we're going to
Look
land
at
the
you.
plane there.
You were
So,
on the ball today, man.
Man, I got the
Nailed
ball
it.
back.
Yes, you did.
That messed me up. Yesterday was like, anybody that ran into me yesterday, I'm sorry.
Like a cyborg.
I did look like a size. You know, you could just play Legos and be quiet over there. And so, from the cheap seats.
Yes, so Sean says he wants to fish and hook.
Hey, let's do it. But hey, y'all still in Florida? Let me know if you're still in Florida. Hey, in what part of Florida? We're actually about to drive through down towards St. Petersburg at the end of May. So are y'all anywhere near St. Petersburg? Maybe we can stop in, hug your neck, grab a sandwich, do something like that.
Yep.
Let me know, Sean and
Yep.
Chantel, where you at. You can private message us or whatever. My cell phone number, and I'll just throw it out there, is 205-514-6878. So let's connect. 205-514-6878. There it is. It's on the internet. It's on the World Wide Web.
It is.
And so there we go. Awesome.
It's a day.
Cool. Well,
Awesome.
we love you guys.
Miss Vivian, thank you for your comments.
Yes.
She heard what we said.
Oh,
and
cool.
she's excited for us.
Oh, yay.
She
Thank
said
you,
good
Miss
for
Vivian.
us,
Oh,
but
thank you,
yeah.
Miss Vivian, for being such a faithful
Yes, we so
follower,
appreciate that.
watcher, friend.
Yep.
All of that. And so
Yeah.
until then, we'll see y'all on Monday. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.